Well, folks, the time has finally come. The night has finally arrived. I just got out of the theater and saw the new Halloween film for 2018, starring the return of the legendary Laurie Strode as played by Jamie Lee Curtis once again, the return of the Shape, the Boogeyman, Michael Myers, for the first time since 2009. And I've been waiting since 2009 for Michael Myers to make his big return to the big screen. So, just got out of the theater, folks, so I'm giving you my fresh thoughts. This is going to be a non-spoiler review, because I don't want to spoil it for you guys. I really want to, believe me. I'm dying inside to talk about spoilers for this movie. But I'm not going to do it, of course. It's just too soon. I'm going to let you guys see it. I want everyone to go see the film, and then I want to hear your thoughts about it. So I'm going to give you my honest opinion on this film. I've been waiting a long time for this, so you know I am going to critique it, and I did analyze every bit of it. I did see it with a few friends, but believe me, I was laser focused on that screen. Now, here are my thoughts. I really enjoyed it. It was a great time at the theater, such a fun time, and such a great time for it to come out right around Halloween. We got Halloween coming very soon, so this was a great way to kick off the Halloween season in true fashion with the Boogeyman, Michael Myers. Now, the two biggest things that needed to work in this film worked really, really well, and that is Laurie Strode as played by Jamie Lee Curtis. She has an absolutely fantastic performance once again. And Michael Myers, the most important thing in the entire franchise, and he works devastatingly well. Michael Myers is scary, he is terrifying once again, and that is great to see. And I was really happy about that. And hands off to James, Jude, Courtney in the role of Michael Myers, because you did an amazing job. You know the role. You've obviously studied the entire franchise. And you've done your homework on Michael Myers, and the movie absolutely is the better for it. I think he did a fantastic job as Michael Myers. He is absolutely menacing, scary as hell again, and he's all over this film. You know, Michael Myers is front and center. This is not Halloween 1978 where we see him in the background and, you know, when he's just like a luminous presence. He is up front and center in your face. And that's great. I mean, they did a great job with, he had a lot of screen time, and he does a fantastic job. You are always terrified. Dread fills the air every time he's on screen, you know. And he does some serious, serious damage in this film, you know. And it's glorious. I know there's that scene, you've seen it in the trailer, you know, when he first gets that mask back. There's just something about that scene that really sends chills down my spine, and it will for you too, I'm sure, you know. When he puts that iconic mask, it's like, oh shit, he's back. Big time. And I really got that feeling, you know. and he's back, man. Big time. And he's devastating. Now, is this a perfect film? No. There are a few issues I had with it. This is not a perfect film by any means. But I do think it is one of the best sequels in the franchise. Now, I still stand by Halloween 2. I didn't feel the need for it to be retconned, and I still don't. After seeing this film. You know what's funny is this film takes a lot of things from Halloween 2, and it's like they retcon all the sequels, including Halloween 2, yet Halloween 2 has a presence in this film. And there's a lot of other nods to various sequels in the franchise that any self-respecting fan of the franchise will notice right away. There was tons of little nuggets like that that I noticed right away. And I did enjoy that. I like that little bit of fan service. It's the tip of the hat to the fan. And I enjoy that. It was really cool. And I enjoyed the direction of David Gordon Green. He set a nice mood. It had a great dark atmosphere. And a lot of the lighting was really cool, especially when you see kind of Michael in the background lurking, and you see the light shine off his mask. You see him coming out of the shadows at times. Especially in one scene in particular. I won't get into details, but there's one great scene when he's in the middle of a yard, and you can just kind of see him barely in the shadow, and it's really cool. So yeah, they did a great job on that, and the writing by Danny McBride was very good. Now, what were the things that bothered me? I can't really get into too much detail on that, but I will say there was one character in particular in this film that I really did not like, and that really annoyed me. And I felt like they could have just took him out of the film, and the film would have been better. Him being in this movie is a detriment. And I feel like the movie would have been so much better if you just cut that character out completely. There was no need for him to be in the movie whatsoever, other than kind of a nod to the original film. Obvious nod, Obviously, I'm not going to say what that is. I don't want to spoil it for you guys. You guys need to go see it. But it really bothered me, I'm like... And there's certain things this character does, too, that are, like, just grating. Like, what the hell? Are you kidding me? Are you serious? And there are a couple moments in the film that make you think, are you serious right now? What the hell? There are a couple WTF moments, And there's a couple moments where characters do stupid things, and I know that's just kind of them knocking the 80s serial killer slasher films, There's obvious nods to kind of poking fun at 80s slashers. But at the same time, the film feels like an 80s slasher, except it's just set in present day. But there's a lot of things that make it feel like an 80s slasher, And more so an 80s slasher than the original Halloween, which was 1978. I feel like this is more like the sequels to Halloween than it is the original Halloween from 1978. I feel like it's more like some of the standalone slashers from the early 80s too, like a Maniac or a My Bloody Valentine. Especially the score. Now the score that John Carpenter does with his son is great. And there's some moments where it's like, ooh, man, that is great. Where he adds some nice new touches. And you really notice it, and it's really powerful. And it's awesome. Awesome job by John Carpenter and his son. I believe his name is Cody Carpenter. Fantastic. Unbelievable. This may be the best score in the entire franchise, It might even be better than the original. At certain points, anyway. I love the new stuff that he added to it. And there's also some interesting touches on the score that kind of made me think of other 80s slashers, not Halloween. And that was weird. I'm like, that kind of sounds like My Bloody Valentine or something. Like some of the score, it's like, it doesn't sound like Halloween. It sounds like other slasher movies. But at any rate, this is a slasher movie through and through. This is not really a classic style horror film with. There are tense moments of suspense, for sure, especially in the third act. The third act is tension mounting all over the place. Incredible tension, great suspense in the final act. It's absolutely thrilling, and there's even a little bit of slow burn in there, you know. It really, the tension just mounts throughout that final act, and it's just really, really riveting. And when you see those two icons clash, and it is well worth the wait. Believe me, you want to stay in that theater for that third act because it is fantastic. So yeah, guys, that's my basic thoughts on, my spoiler-free thoughts on Halloween from 2018. So guys, thank you very much for joining me, Sean Patrick Erschen, in the Horror Corner. Tune in and stay scared.